What's up, guys, and welcome to another Tier List Thursdays video. For Pokemon Scarlet and Violet coming out very soon, I want to rank every Pokemon game that is here. So, yeah. And as you guys can notice, that I already made a video like this a while back. However, the audio just got completely corrupted and I completely forgot about it. And also, like, I made the list and I don't agree with most of the placements I made on that list. So I'm gonna recreate that list because there's a lot of drastic changes from that list then on today. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get going on. And as you guys can tell, there are every single Pokemon game. So no like ranking each of the Pokemon games. So red and blue are different Pokemon games for my ranking, as you guys can see. And obviously the tier list is in order. So from the left is the highest placement, from the right is the lowest placement of the tier list. So I'm going to pull up right now the tier list that I made a while back because I don't agree. I just recently watched it yesterday and I do not agree really with most of the lists. Like I don't think it's that great of a list with the audio issues and just by listening as a whole. My nose is just so like, apologize about that. Oh, I'm showing you guys this. No, take it back. There we go. Uh-oh. Why is it doing this? I'm not even gonna cut that out, whatever. We'll just leave that as it is. And let's see my list. So we're gonna start off with Pokemon Red and Blue. And as you can tell, I have a tier all the way to F tier, just like last time. And I did not rank Pokemon Green because I have not played this game at all. Like, it's a Japanese version, it's pretty much Red and Blue. But let's talk about Pokemon Red and Blue. And obviously, they're very nostalgic games. And I think I still have them on the bottom. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I still think Red and Blue are on the bottom. I'm gonna put Red above Blue because I personally played Red. I've never played Blue before, but and I obviously prefer Charizard over Blastoise. It might be a bias, but I still have them in the bottom. And the reason why is the game has not aged well. It's just has not aged well, and the screen crunch with the Game Boy. That's my problem with Game Boy games as a whole. Like, the screen crunch is a bad thing, and just like it's black and white, and the game is. It's pretty slow paced and there's a lot of glitches in it, and yeah, it's pretty hard and honestly, like, nowadays it's really hard to read what's on the screen of that game. I still have no idea how people play this game to this day and not play games like Fire Red and Leaf Green like more. Like, seriously, I never understood that. And yeah, but I wouldn't say they're a complete atrocious games. Just looking at all these games, it's probably the worst one here. So yeah, then we get to Pokemon Yellow, and I think this game is far superior from Pokemon Red and Blue. And honestly, I think my opinion of this game has gone up a bit from the last time I ranked this because I actually appreciate what they did with this game. I mean, not making Pikachu evolve at all, like making him his anime counterpart. Which, in this game, Pikachu is extremely broken for some freaking reason. I never understood that. You can get all 3 starters in the game. There's like so much stuff that's like related to the anime that is in this game. And I really wish we had that for Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee. Like, I really wish you can get all 3 starter cancel Pokemon. And it's a shame they wouldn't do that. But, yeah, I think my opinions of this game did go up a bit. I think I might put it in the D tier. That might go down a bit, but I think it's the D tier. Then we get to Pokemon Gold and Silver. And I don't know. This is obviously my favorite generation, as you guys can know. I'm a big bias towards Gen 2 because I just love the reach of Johto. I love the fact you can go back to Kanto. I just love I love the Pokemon in this region. The introductory to Steel and Dark type Pokemon were big additions in this game. Oh my gosh, there's a lot to like about Gen 2, but what keeps me away from putting Pokemon Gold and Silver from the top tier is the fact that the screen crunch is also a big thing. You're also playing on a tiny Game Boy. It's a Game Boy Color, so there's more color into the game. But I will say the pacing is a lot better in this game than it is in the first 2 games. Where I'm still gonna rank them as the A tier game. I personally prefer Pokemon Silver a bit because I've played Pokemon Silver before. I never played Pokemon Gold, which is a travesty. I think I should play that on an emulator one day. But these are some games that I will still come back to playing and to this day. Rather than like even Pokemon Yellow is a game I will come back to play to this day. I will never play these two games again. Like there's no point in me playing Pokemon Red and Blue again. Like there's really none. But yeah. And this is the biggest mistake I made on this last time. I rank Pokemon Silver below Pokemon. I rank Pokemon Crystal above Pokemon Gold and Silver, and I absolutely disagree about that. I think this game is a S tier game, in my opinion. And the reason why it's an S tier game is that it expands on the Johto region. It pretty much there's a first female protagonist, which Chris. If you guys don't know, Chris is my favorite female protagonist, and it's a travesty that they replaced her for Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. But that's another topic. But yeah. I think this game is. I definitely think it's better than the first two games. I don't know what the hell I was thinking about ranking below. Like I personally enjoy playing Pokemon Crystal. Obviously, I have a little bit biased to Pokemon Silver, but Pokemon Crystal is a better game. It literally is a better game. I just have to rank it better, higher. And yeah, it expands on the reach of Johto, and you can do more stuff. Come back to Kanto. It pretty much has Heart Gold and Soul Silver. The game pretty much is Heart Gold, Soul Silver, the new generation. What I'm trying to say, but that's another topic. But now, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, and I honestly don't think they're as good as people say. I mean, I still like Ruby and Sapphire. They're still good games, but they're not as high as I thought they would be. What would I rank Gen 3 games? Obviously, we'll talk about Emerald later, but Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, yeah, I ranked them in the C tier last time. And honestly, I actually prefer Pokemon Yellow over these games. That might be a hot take, but I honestly prefer Pokemon Yellow over these games. Not saying that they're bad games, but they're memorable games, but like the pacing is so bad in this game. It's just so bad. The rivals are so forgettable. Either when you face Brennan or fucking May, they're so forgettable rivals. Wally's a fantastic rival. But I will say the big thing about this generation is the Pokemon that was introduced. I mean, I freaking love my boy Blaziken and Sceptile. Marshtomp is fantastic. I mean, Swampert is fantastic as hell. Gardevoir is fantastic. Swallow's fantastic. There's so many good Pokemon. There's so many good Pokemon in Gen 3. Not as good as fucking Gen 2. Gen 2 easy rocks the road with Pokemon. Even Gen 1 is pretty good, but yeah. Then we get to Emerald, S tier. S tier. I think it's better than Crystal, to be honest. This game is pretty much significantly better than. It takes pretty much everything from the first 3 generations once into one game. Emerald is so close to being the best Pokemon game of all time. It really is. It has a debate for being the best Pokemon game of all time. But Emerald is just such a great game. It's such a fantastic game. And better story, better pacing, better Pokemon. I mean, the same Pokemon. The Battle Frontier, better post game. This has the second best post game in Pokemon history, in my opinion, behind the Gen 2 post game. And this was not even in Ruby and Sapphire. Take that in. The Battle Frontier was not in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. It was in Emerald. And it's a travesty. And I mean an absolute travesty that has not returned back yet. Like it's really a crime, bro. That has not returned back yet. But that's another story. Now we get to Pokemon Fire and Leaf Green. And honestly, I think they're both pretty equal games. They're both fantastic games. I definitely think they're a lot higher than people would put them, bro. I think this game, it has a debate for me higher than Gold Silver. I'm going to rank them higher than Pokemon Gold and Silver. Yeah, they're great games. They're the second best remake games we've ever gotten, and I think I still rank them as the second best remake games. Yes, indeed, I did. I still agree with that. They're the second best remake games we've gotten, and obviously there's obviously blatant number one, but these games are still really good. But I just, to be honest, this is a hot take. I'm not the biggest fan of the Kanto region. Like people say the Johto region is bland. The Kanto region is way more bland than it, bro. It's so weird. It's like a freaking like oval. You know what I try to say? It's weird. The Kanto region is just really weird. I think the Johto region is way more fascinating, but that's another topic. But I freaking love Violet Green. The post game is fantastic in this game. Yeah. Then we get to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and honestly, where did I rank these games last time? Yeah, I don't think they're like no. There's a debate for them being F tier, but the story's better than these games than it is in Kanto. And I like going Route Citadel, but really the movement in this game is it makes it not be that great. Like just the pacing is so bad. Holy crap, Sinnoh is so stale, bro. Oh my god. Just walking around Diamond and Pearl. Platinum is a way better game. We'll talk about Platinum later, but the just Diamond and Pearl, the original games are just not that great. We'll talk about the remake soon, but they're solid games. Gen 4 is solid, but because of Platinum completely carries. We'll talk about Platinum. Platinum completely carries the hell out of the Sinnoh region, and yeah, I'm gonna put it above Crystal, and yeah, Platinum completely carried Pokemon, the Sinnoh region Gen 4, and for the right reasons. I mean, they just pretty much improved everything from the first games, from the other games to Platinum, and it's a travesty that I played the original Diamond and Pearl games instead of Platinum before Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl came out. When it's pretty much the exact same freaking game. We'll talk about that later, but Platinum is just a better game. It's just a better game. If you're gonna play a Gen 4 game, play Platinum. Let me get that out of the way. Play Pokemon Platinum. It's better, and you should know it's better. Next up, do I even need to say anything? They might be a tier of their. Actually, no, they're not a tier of their own. But do I even need to say anything? It's pretty much a perfect Pokemon game. It's one. It's a perfect Pokemon game. It implemented everything into one, bro. The main problem I would have with this game is the grinding your Pokemon can be slow. But other than that, this is a perfect Pokemon game. The Johto region is fantastic. Going back to Kanto is fantastic. No, I'm not the biggest fan of Kanto, but this is easily the best post game in Pokemon history. Oh my god, it can go on for so long. Why I love Heart Gold Soul Silver. And also, they replaced Chris with Lyra. But that's a nitpick because I can just use mods. And yeah. Speaking of which, I know I did a playthrough of Pokemon Gold Silver. I'm actually going to have to restart that because I want to do something different. You guys will find out what it is. But yeah. This is a near perfect Pokemon game. I cannot. Those are minor nitpicks. But other than that, perfect ass games, and it's easily the best games of this list. I can't decide which one is better. I think they're both tied for the best Pokemon game of all time because I played both of them. Obviously, I have some nostalgia bias to Pokemon Soul Silver, but Heart Gold is pretty much the exact same game. It's just Ho-Ho's will replace Lugia. It's just which one do you prefer? Do you prefer Lugia or Ho-Ho? And I obviously prefer Lugia, but there's nothing wrong with Ho-Ho. And all these games are fantastic here. Both S and A tier games are fantastic, but my god, Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver out of the park, bro. When it comes to remakes, it's just, oh my god. Damn, Black and White. I freaking love the story in Pokemon Black and White. I love the thing about not having any Pokemon from the first 4 reaches into the 5th game until after the game. I love that addition. That is a fantastic thing to do. The games are way better. But what sours me about Pokemon Black and White is kind of the anime. I know it's weird that I'm ranking this based on the games and bringing the anime into it, but like really, my opinion of Black and White just gets sour because of the anime. That I don't know if I put these in A tier. But they're fantastic games. I prefer Pokemon White because I played them more, and Zekrom is better than Reshiram, but yeah, they're good games, but man, the anime just sours me a bit. But I mean, some of the gym leaders are like not as memorable as the first 4 generation gym leaders, and that I mean, that's just coming from me. I mean, I see so many lists of people prefer the black and white gym leaders, but some of them are just, what the fuck are they doing in this game? But what it redeems himself is Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, which are probably, I said this so many times. These two are my second favorite Pokemon games. I'll get my second favorite. I have no idea which is my second favorite actually, but these two are close to being top tiers. Well, I mean the best of the best. Like they're both. Oh my god, these games are fantastic, bro. Like you all should really play Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 because it should have been Pokemon Gray. To be honest, it should have been Pokemon Gray, but they wanted money, so that's why they sold Pokemon Black and White, Black 2 and White 2. Like it should have been Pokemon Gray, but that's another story. But they're fantastic games, and I cannot wait for the remakes for these games. And I wonder what they're gonna do. Are they gonna do a remix for both Black, White, and Black 2 and White 2? I don't know what they're gonna do, but are they gonna implement both into one game? I don't know what they're gonna do, dude. I'm very excited for Gen 5 remakes. Oh my god, because Gen 1 was great remakes. Gen 2 was godlike remakes. Gen 3 remakes we'll talk about later, and Gen 4 remakes we'll talk about later as well. But my god, the first two generation remakes were fantastic, bro. But let's talk about Pokemon X and Y. And honestly, I can see the issues with this game. I can see it. I literally see it. They're just such forgettable games, really, because they're just so easy. They're very easy to beat. Like I really want to defend the Kalos region games, but you can't at the same time. Like they're really just such forgettable games. X and Y has such a fantastic mechanic that was not implemented well, which sucks, dude. Which really does suck. I really wish it was better. I love the addition of Mega Evolutions. I really do. I think it's a fantastic thing that they added to the game, but it makes the game extremely easy because what's the thing that your share, where you can grind your Pokemon without even freaking them bringing them to battle. I mean that just made the game easier, and the champion's just not as memorable. Like I love the region of Kalos. I really do love the region of Kalos, but man. The game, dude. The anime is fantastic. The anime really props with Kalos because, oh my god. I mean, this game is fantastic. Pokemon, I mean, Greninja's godlike, dude. Like Greninja, I know he's pretty overrated. I think he's a little overrated. People say Charizard's overrated, which I agree. But Greninja's hella overrated. Holy shit. But his design is fantastic, dude. His shiny design is the best shiny in Pokemon history. I don't care what anybody says. But the game is just so easy. You get granted 2 freaking starter Pokemon in the game. A Kanto starter and a Kalos starter. Like my playthroughs always have Greninja and Charizard. With also a bunch of broken ass Pokemon in the game. Like, yeah, dude. XY is busted for how easy it is, but man, they could have made the game hard. If there was a Pokemon Z, I really wish there was a Pokemon Z. It would have been better, dude. Oh my god, I would have loved a Pokemon Z. But yeah. Then we get to Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and they're probably the most. I mean, they're not really have improvements from the first 2 games, not that much, but they're still solid games. I mean, it pretty much takes stuff from Pokemon X and Y and put into this game. And I obviously prefer Gen 3 over Gen 6. Just a little bit. Not that much. I mean, objectively Gen 3 is better than Gen 6, but I personally prefer Gen 6 over Gen 3, but I might as well rank this objective wise. Yeah. So, yeah. Then we get to Sun and Moon, and they're fine. I'm not even opinion if these games have gone down a bit. I just think they're just fine games. I don't think they're that great, but they're not terrible. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, though, are F tier. I'm going to get this out of the way. I don't think I ranked these games way too high last time. I don't agree with that. I think these games are. Yeah, that was a mistake last time I ranked these high. But it's pretty much the exact same game into 2, but they sold 2 copies because they wanted money. It could have been Pokemon Star. If they just did Pokemon Star, why can't they just do a 3rd game? Oh, money, obviously money. Like, look at this. They stopped doing it with Gen 5. They freaking added 2 more Pokemon Black and White games. And then Gen 6, there was not even a freaking Pokemon Z. It was just Pokemon X and Y. If there was a Pokemon Z, that would have made Gen 6 so much better. But they did not do that shit. It doesn't make any sense. And then Pokemon Sun and Moon, they could have done Pokemon Star. But whatever, dude. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, as much as people are, but they're not complete trash. I want to say that none Pokemon game is completely trash, but except for the side remixes. But that's another story. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. C tier games. I mean, they're solid. They're fine. They're a little bit better than Pokemon. They're a little bit better than Pokemon. Freaking. Oh, I prefer Pokemon Moon, first of all. But they're a little bit better than Yellow. Just a little bit. But, dude, the catcher mechanic was just not needed. It was just a promotion for Pokemon. For Pokemon Go. It's pretty much but it was just not needed. Could you just turn it off and catch it like a normal Pokemon game? It would have been better. But, whatever. You better go back to Kanto for like the freaking like 5th time. Because you already had it in the first games. You had it in Gold and Silver. Then you had it in Fire and Leaf Green. And then you had it in Heart Gold Soul Silver. And now you have it in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like, holy crap, we get it. I mean, Yellow is another thing. So that's 6. That is absolutely ridiculous, dude. Holy shit. Whatever, dude. I mean, like, Kanto's fine, but, like, I want to explore other regions, like the Hoenn region again, or even the Sinnoh region again. Heck, Unova would have been fantastic to see again, but that's another story. Then we get to Sword and Shield, and I think my opinions of these games did go up. I would have them B tier games. Like, I think they're great games. The Gigamax is pretty good, and I said that at the time these games got stale, but I don't agree with that. I think these games are still really good games. Like, they're really good games, and I think they're the best of. Let's talk about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and this is the biggest mistake I made the list. So last time I ranked Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl right behind Platinum and above Pokemon Crystal. Wait, hold on, let me pull it up again. I ranked it above games like. I ranked this game above Pokemon Heart Gold and Silver. I ranked it above Crystal. I ranked it above Black and White. Really? I was tripping back then. I was definitely tripping back then. Because what the hell did they do as remakes? Aside from the Grand Canyon. Underground Canyon. Aside from that, what the fuck did they do with the remakes? What else did they do? I'll give you all time. Tell me what else they did. Nothing. It's pretty much the exact same game from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Not even Platinum was in the game. None of Platinum's content was in these remakes, which is an absolute travesty. What the? All these other remade games took its stuff from the original game and the side game, the third game, and put it into that game. Aside from this one, it's actually a crime that it's just a copy and paste, but with HD graphics. Yeah, it looked cute at the time, but I would have loved to see Platinum stuff implemented to this game while having Pokemon Sword and Shield graphics into this game. Oh my, that would have been fantastic, dude. Yeah, they're not E-tier games because I find them enjoyable still, but I ranked them way too high last time, like way too high. I think my opinions of them go down every single time. This is the last time I made the list. When was the last time? How many months has it been since I last made that list? It has been 4 months. My opinions have gone down over and over and over again. Where I think they're the debate for being the worst Pokemon games of all time. Well, I'm gonna probably rank them below Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. There's a debate for them being the worst Pokemon games of all time. But they're not. There's some redeeming element. I feel like just seeing Gen 4 like stuff into that game, just the graphics, it's pretty cute. I like that, but it's pretty much there's nothing. What the fuck did they do with the games? They rushed it. They rushed the games because people begged for a Gen 4 remake, but they rushed it. And I'm very nervous for Gen 5 remakes now. I really am. But they redeemed themselves. They redeemed themselves with the Gen 4 remake, so by creating Pokemon Legends of Arceus. And my god, what the hell did they do? What did they do with this game? Oh my god, this is what I wanted for a while. Something new in the mainline Pokemon games where I wanted like interactions of like a Pokemon, like you can actually die in a Pokemon game, like your human self. I wanted something like that. And the Pokedex trials are just so great. Oh my god, I can go so on for why I love Pokemon Legends Arceus. Like, it's pretty much real life in Pokemon. It's perfect, dude. And I really want a game like this for every generation. The Kanto region, the Johto region, the Hoenn region, the Unova region, the Kalos region, the Aloha region, the Galar region. Yeah, I can go on all day, but I feel like I'm gonna have to end it off here, dude. But this is my final list. I think I'm fine with this. I mean, if I were, I would just rank this game a little bit lower. Put this game on the A tier. What else? I don't think Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are complete F tier. I mean, they're bad. They're pretty mid, but whatever. Yeah, this is my final list. So yeah, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you guys on that next one. We're out.